Well, hey there, everybody, and welcome back for another game. We have the New York Giants at the Cincinnati Reds here today. Let's go, before we talk about anything else, we'll take a quick look at the standings here. So the Giants are 10 games on top at the moment in the National League. Brooklyn actually is in second place right now, though they just lost. They were absolutely slaughtered in St. Louis. The Pirates lost a close one. They're now 11 games back, and so the Giants still seem to be in the driver's seat. In the American League, of course, it's a much different story with the Red Sox and Indians sort of passing each other one after another, almost like they're on a freeway somewhere. The Yankees in third place just won. The Athletics lost and barely are holding on to relevancy in the first division. Now, I want to, before we go deep into this, take a look at what the big news was if you haven't seen already. The big news before this game, as you'll see here, is that the Giants traded Walker Cooper straight up for Ray Mueller of the Reds. Two players that then traded uniforms for this game. I actually haven't looked it up yet. You can look it up for me and see if both players played or not. We're going to have them both play for their opposing teams today. This was a major story. This comes from the Cincinnati Enquirer, and this was the lead story in the sports section. So there you have it. And we will take one more look here at the standings in real life as of this date. Now, remember, they didn't have as many games played in real life as we do. That's because we haven't been respecting games that were rained out and all that other stuff. As you can see here, in real life, it was the Dodgers and Cardinals, and that's the summer of '49 with the Boston Braves right behind. New York was all the way down in fifth place, just barely over 500, and Cincinnati was right behind him. And so how things change in our replay. And now we'll just jump straight on into this one. We've got Ken Raffensperger here on the mound for Cincinnati, and he takes on Whitey Lockman to begin things off. And the Giants, of course, with a 40-15 record, and this is a much different game than it was in real life. There's a strike from Raffensperger, 4-5 his record, a 3.34 ERA, and he gives up a base hit there to Whitey Lockman after getting a strike on him, and that'll bring up Willard Marshall. Marshall hitting .315 and is definitely a big part of the reason why the Giants are playing so well. 10 home runs against the 12 in real life in less than half the number of at-bats. Of course, Diamond Mine doesn't show me plate appearances, and there's a swing and a miss by Marshall, 0-1, and he looked excited on that one. A bandbox, of course, here in Cincinnati, and there's a strike, and Lockman takes off, and he's got second base wrapped up, and Cooper doesn't have the best arm in the world, so that puts Lockman on his second with nobody out, and Raffensperger's next pitch is an off-speed pitch that has a swing and a miss by Marshall, and just like that, there's one away. Up comes Sid Gordon. Gordon hitting .318, 13 home runs, and he's been part of the spark for the Giants offense. He takes a ball inside, 1-0. And there is one low, 2-0 now the count on Sid, and there's a swing and a miss, 2-1 now on him. And that one missed badly, 3-1 the count. It's popped up over to the left side. It'll be Stallcup, the second baseman, or shortstop rather, running over and grabbing that for the out. There's two away, and up comes the great Scott, Bobby Thompson. He takes the ball inside. 7 home runs for Thompson, hitting .314. Hit deep to right. Littweiler going back and dives for that one and makes a spectacular catch for the out. And that ends the scoring threat for the Giants. We go now to the bottom of the first inning, and there's no score. Here comes Ted Kluszewski. So Ted hitting .333. We have him leading off because he's probably the best on-base man on the Cincinnati Reds. This is fouled away. It's 0-2. I don't worry too much about having the so-called unrealistic batting order because the Reds weren't that good anyway. 1-2 the count is that miss. That's fouled away. It's still 1-2. That misses outside, 2-2. And he just got a piece of that one. And there's a ground ball down to second base. Rigney fields that and throws over to first for the out, 1 away. Danny Littweiler up there now, and he takes a ball inside, 1-0. There's another one that misses, 2-0 the count. Littweiler, .263 the average. Fouls this one away. It's 2-1. .356 is the on-base percentage, and he hits a ground ball over to the right side. Rigney fields it and throws to first, and there's 2 away, and here he comes. Walker Cooper comes up. Now, take a look at those stats there on the right side. Cooper hit 16 home runs for Cincinnati in real life, and 4 for the Giants. That makes 20, which is pretty good for your catcher. He had, I believe it's 10. Now, see, if I double-click on him here, it won't show me because it'll only show me his stats with Cincinnati. This is because Diamond Mine creates a separate player card, you can call it, for Walker Cooper with the Giants and with the Reds. Walker Cooper with the Giants was a pretty good hitter. Let's see if he can hit 16 home runs for Cincinnati. There is a ball high and outside. And it tells me he's coming in hitting 275. So somewhere in the game, it knows what his average was beforehand. One of you guys are going to have to tell me exactly how this works out, because when I click on him, I can't. Oh, here we go. Show combined stats. Here you go. So we can't see it. I'm sorry. He has 11 home runs so far. If he gets 16 more, he's going to be among the league leaders. Watch out, Ralph Kiner. There's a strike in their fastball, 1-1. Hit over to center field, and Thompson goes back. The great Scott has it for the out. And we go to the top of the second inning. There's still no score. Here comes Johnny Mize. And it's a check swing. He checked it, didn't go around. 1-0 the count on Mize. And there's a pop-up out of play. Raffensperger struck out 49, has walked only 18, which is like a huge victory for 1949. 2-1 the count on Mize. There's a change off the plate, and it's 3-1. Raffensperger gets the swing and the miss on the breaking ball to full count. Now, he has been behind on hitters already. Second guy he's gone to 3-1 with. And there's ball 4 in there, and so down goes Mize to first base, and that'll bring up Bill Rigney. And so Raffensperger does give up the first walk of the game. And here comes Rigney hitting 340. Another part of the reason why the Giants are so good. Ground ball down the third base line. It's going to be Hatton fielding that, throwing to Bloodworth for 1, but Rigney's in there at first. No double play, and there's 1 away. Ray Mueller up there now, former Reds catcher, and they've traded spaces. He's hitting 268. We have him hitting 7th. That's a little bit tentative on my part. He has 3 home runs so far this season against the 5. Now, the 5 shown as total, I believe, is just with the Giants. So it's complicated in Diamond Mine. Ground ball to the right side. Bloodworth to Stallcup for 1, on to first for the double play. And they do it, and that's what happens when you have your catcher hitting third. We hitting wherever he was hitting third in the inning. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and there's no score. Here's Johnny Wirostek, and he takes the ball outside. Ground ball over to short. Kerr on the first, 1 away. Jimmy Bloodworth now, and he takes a fastball in there for a strike. And swung on a missed 0-2 now on Bloodworth, and that breaking ball misses 1-2. Fastball just misses 2-2. Looped out past second base. That's going to be a base hit, first hit for the Reds. So Bloodworth figures out a way to get on, and that'll bring up Grady Hatton. Hatton hitting 257, not much of a bunter, and Bloodworth doesn't have that much speed. Not much we can do, and there's a bullet through the hole in the left side into left field for a base hit. Lockman's got a pretty good arm. We're going to hold up Bloodworth, and that'll bring up Lloyd Merriman. Merriman hitting 196, and normally it'd be an obvious bunting situation, but kind of hard to say exactly what you want to do in this instance with a guy who doesn't bunt that well, so I think we're going to swing away with 1 out. And there's a ball inside. He checked his swing, 1-0. Has chopped off the plate. Good play by Gordon, the third baseman. Throws to first in time for the out, and the 2 runners move up. So with 2 outs, here's Virgil Stallcup. He's hitting 250, and he takes a strike. Here's the sinker missing inside, 1-1. That's high. 2-1 the count on Stallcup, and that's fouled off of his foot. It's 2-2. Popped up, that's going to be out of play. Hit to center field, directly at Thompson, and he doesn't even have to move for that one. He's got it for the out. And we go now to the top of the third inning. There's still no score. Here now is Buddy Kerr. Kerr is hitting 240, and he lines one straight to Stallcup. The shortstop makes the catch for the out, 1 away. Here comes Monty Kennedy, and he takes the ball high. Not much offense so far in this, and there's a line shot in the left center, and that's going to be a single for the pitcher. So Monty Kennedy with only the 2nd hit of the game for the Giants, and that'll bring up Whitey Lockman. Lockman hitting 297. He's 1 for 1 today. Takes a fork ball high, 1-0. He loves hitting against lefties. There's one off the plate, 2-0. That's fouled back. 2-1 the count now. We'll take a look at this here. Against lefties, when we're looking at this season, this replay, he's hitting 344, and it drops to 257 against righties. This is fouled away. It's 2-2 now on Lockman. And it's fouled away again. That's wide. Full count now on Whitey. That's popped up to the left side, and it's going to be Stallcup actually making that catch for the out, 2 away. Here comes Willard Marshall. And there's a ball off the plate to Marshall, 1-0. There's a ground ball that's knocked down slightly by Stallcup, and then he picks it up and flips it over to Bloodworth at second base for the out. And so now we go to the bottom of the third inning. And it's going to be Raffensperger here to lead this off for the Reds. And he gets a base hit right field, and so both pitchers now have hits, 1 for 1 or both, and that'll bring up Ted Klaszewski with the runner on at first. There's a fastball that misses outside, and there's a pop-up. Mize goes over towards the railing first base side, but can't quite reach it, out of play. 1-1 on Ted, and there's a ground ball to short, Kerr to Rigney and to Mize, and they pull the double play. 2 away, and here comes Danny Litweiler. That's foul down the third base line. It was hit hard, but not fair. There's the ball inside, 1-1 on Danny. Inside and misses, 2-1, and there's a strike fastball in the outside corner. It's 2-2. Ground ball right side, Mize dives for it, but it's through him for a base hit, and that'll bring up now Walker Cooper. It's a runner on at first base, and Cooper takes a strike. 0-1's the count on him. Ground ball to the left side, Kerr fields that, flips over to Rigney for the force out, and so we go to the top of the 4th inning, and there's still no score. Here now is Sid Gordon for the Giants. Takes a strike, a little bit high, 0-1 the count. This is hit up the middle. Bloodworth fields it. The throw is moving away from his body, or away from his body is the throw, and he gets him at first. 1 away. Bobby Thompson now, and he takes a strike. Had that big fly ball. Hits one over to left, but Weirostek is there and makes the catch for the out. 2 away, and up is Johnny Mize. There's a ball inside to Mize, 1-0. And a pop-up, out of play, 1-1. That's low, 2-1 on Johnny. Ground ball over to Bloodworth. The second baseman fields that one and goes to first for the out. And so we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and this has been a quiet game, hasn't it? Told you, Crosley Field, kind of a bandbox, but doesn't play like it today. Weirostek up first, fouls one off and takes a curve inside, and he went around on that one. It's 1-2 on Johnny. That pitch is low, 2-2 now the count. That's low again, so it's a full count now on Johnny. Kennedy has not struck out anybody or walked anybody. And there's a little bouncer over to Gordon. The third baseman throws to first, and there's 1 away. Here comes Jimmy Bloodworth. Hit over to left, and that one is off of Lockman, who slid and could only knock it down. So it's a single for Bloodworth, and up comes Grady Hatton. Monty Kennedy, I didn't say much about. I was too busy talking about the catchers. 8-1 his record for the Giants. He was only 12-14 in real life after the full season, and a 2.74 ERA. He's a good pitcher, and he's had the hitting that he's needed. Here's Grady Hatton, who takes the ball in close from Kennedy, and then that pitch is high and outside. That's way high, 3-0 the count. And there's a swing and a miss. It's 3-1 on Hatton. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. Full count. Foul the way. Hatton's up there hacking. Foul the way again. There's a swing and a miss on a pitch that was way outside in the dirt, and Hatton looked foolish on that. So there's 2 away. Here now Lloyd Merriman. There's a fastball in tight for a strike, called strike, and there's a ball, 1-1. That's shoulder high, 2-1. And that was inside again on Merriman, this time called a ball, 3-1. That's low and outside, and so Kennedy gets his first strikeout, and he pays it right back right away with his first walk. That'll bring up Virgil Stallcup. 2 men on, 2 away, and it's a ground ball over to Gordon. He flips that one over to Rigney at second base for the out. And so we go to the top of the 5th inning. It remains no score, and it'll be Bill Rigney here to lead this off for the Giants. There's a ball up and in, 1-0. That'll be a base hit over to left. Hatton dove for that one, but couldn't quite get to it, and Rigney now is on at first base. That brings up now Ray Miller. He's 0 for 1 today, and the Giants hoping he can do more than double play, and there's a hit over to the right side past Bloodworth for a base hit, and Rigney goes all the way to third. Now Ray Miller you have to worry a little bit about. He's not an awful runner there at first base. There's a throw to the bag, and he's back in time. Buddy Kerr up there now. And you got to wonder if we should be in on the corners, and so we do that. There's a ball off the plate to Kerr, 1-0. Ground ball over the bag of third base. That's going to be through for a hit, and Kerr will have an easy stand-up double into second base as that rattled around in the corner a bit. They decide not to send Miller, and so there's runners on at second and third, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Giants. And now you have to bring the infield in. Here's the pitcher. There's a swing and a miss by Kennedy, 0-1. Ground ball over to Stallcup, and he allows that one to trickle off of his glove for an error. And that will score another run, and there are runners now in the corners for the Giants, and this is the way they've been doing it all year. Whitey Lockman up there now. Takes the ball way outside, 1-0 the count. There's one inside, 2-0 on Lockman. That's fouled away, 2-1. It's line towards the gap in right center field, in there for a base hit. Kennedy goes to third, a run scores, and there's runners on the corners now, 3-0 Giants. And up comes Willard Marshall, and Raffensperger is probably not going to last much longer. Nobody out, top of the 5th. That's a ground ball up towards center field. It gets through Stallcup and Bloodworth for yet another single. It's 4-0 Giants, and up comes Sid Gordon. Gordon 0 for 2 today, takes the ball outside, and then fouls one up and just out of play. 1-1 the count. Ground ball to third, it's Hatton to Bloodworth and on to Kluszewski, but Lockman moves over to third, and there's 2 away, and here comes Thompson. So Raffensperger might be able to get out of the inning at least. There's a foul ball by Thompson, 0-1. That's lined towards left, just foul, 0-2 the count. Fouled away, still 0-2. The ball low and inside, 1-2, fouled away again. Flare to left, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. And it's not the most beautiful base hit in the world, but it doesn't matter to Thompson. And it's a 5-0 lead. Here comes Johnny Mize. There's a ball low to Johnny, 1-0, and that's another one in the dirt, 2-0. I'm not sure how many pitches Raffensperger's had this inning, but it feels like it's lasted forever. It's fouled away, it's 2-1. Ground ball to third. Hatton had some trouble with it, picks it up eventually and throws to first for the out, and that does it. We go now to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it is a 5-0 lead for the Giants, and this close game is no longer close. Here comes Raffensperger, and there goes Raffensperger. We're going to take him out of this game. We'll put Bobby Adams in to hit. So Bobby Adams will be the pinch hitter, hitting .328 after 67 at-bats. Somewhat underused, and that's the way that I do it. And this is hit over to the alley in left field. Thompson was going after that one, couldn't get there in time, and that's a double for Adams right off the bat. That'll bring up Ted Kluszewski. Slice to left field, and that one's just foul. 0-1 the count of Kluszewski. Blooped over to third, and that one holds up for Gordon, who makes the catch for the out. 1 away, and here's Danny Littweiler. Fouled off of his thumb, so the Reds trying to come back. There's a ball low to Littweiler, 1-1. And there's another ball. That's one gets loose, and Miller throws over to third base first without Adams going anywhere. So it's a 2-1 count now on Littweiler. There's a fastball in there for a strike, 2-2. Club to deep left. Lockman has that one easily for the catch. Adams tags up and goes to third without a throw. And here now is Walker Cooper. Of all times to endear yourself to the hometown fans, this would be it. And there's a little fly ball over to left field, and it's going to be Lockman making that catch for the out. And we need to find a new pitcher here for the Reds, don't we? It's going to be Harry Gumbert who's going to come into this ball game. Let me take a quick look here at Adams and see second base or third base. I guess we don't want him to come out for those guys, though. So we will put Gumbert in the number 9 hole. And with all of that, we now go to the top of the 6th inning. It's still a 5-0 lead for the Giants, and here comes Bill Rigney. So Harry Gumbert up there, 4.58 ERA, and throws a curve outside to Rigney, 1-0. 4 struck out and 3 walked. This is fouled out of play, 1-1. 17 2/3 innings pitched by Gumbert, as it's now 1-2 on Rigney, and this is hit over Kluszewski at first base into right field, and that'll get down to the corner. Rigney with an easy double on that, and the Giants are hitting for power again, and here comes Ray Miller. So it wasn't just Cooper as Miller takes a strike. There's a ground ball over to short. Stallcup looks Rigney back and throws to first, 1 away. Buddy Kerr now up there. That's a ball high to Kerr, 1-0, and that's belted deep to center. Merriman goes back. He's got that for the out. Rigney tags up and goes to third easily. There's 2 away now, and here's Monty Kennedy, who's 1 for 2, and reached on an error the last time up. He takes a strike. There's another strike to him, 0-2. Foul down the left side, still 0-2. Ground ball over towards second. Bloodworth fields that one. He goes to first for the out. We go now to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's still a 5-0 lead for the Giants. Here's Johnny Wirostek, and he fouls one away right away, 0-1. Ball high and tight, 1-1. Fouled away again, 1-2 the count now on Johnny. There's a fastball in on the hands, and he had no chance on that one. Down he goes on strikes. Jimmy Bloodworth now up there takes the ball. That's the second strikeout for Kennedy, and there's a foul ball, 1-1 the count. Blooper over to center. Thompson comes in on that one and makes the catch. 2 away, and here's Grady Hatton. Ball outside to Hatton, and that's fouled back to the screen. It's 1-1. Popped up out of the play, behind the play rather, and out of play. 1-2. And that's an outside pitch, and he got him to chase that one for strike 3, swing and a miss. And so that was a fast inning. We go now to the top of the 7th. It's still a 5-0 lead for the Giants. Here comes Whitey Lockman again. He's 2 for 3. He has a stolen base as well, and he takes a strike. Hits this one over to right field. Littweiler's there, and he makes the catch. 1 away. Willard Marshall now hits another one over to right, and Littweiler's there again. 2 away, and here comes Sid Gordon. Hit to right center field, and that's going to be an easy double for Gordon, and he gets a base hit on the board, and that'll bring up Bobby Thompson. Runner on a second base, top of the 7th. Giants with a comfortable lead, and it's going to become more comfortable here if Gumbert doesn't watch out. Fouled back by Thompson, and there's a strike in the inside corner. It's 0-2. Popped up out of play. Still 0-2. That's high. 1-2. Line towards short. That's a base hit, and Gordon scores, and so Thompson gets his second RBI, and it's a 6-0 lead. Here is Johnny Mize. He takes the ball, 1-0. It's low and away, 2-0 on Mize. Popped up to center, and Merriman has that one for the out easily. We go now to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 6-0 lead for the Giants, and they've got this one in the bag. Here's Lloyd Merriman. He takes a strike high. There's an inside fastball for a ball, 1-1. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. It's high, 2-2. Fouled away, still 2-2. There's strike 3 called outside corner, and that's the 4th strikeout for Kennedy, 1 away. Here's now Stalkup, who takes a ball inside. Ground ball over to the right side, and Kennedy, the pitcher, fields that and throws to first, and there's 2 away. And that's going to be it for Gumpert. He's coming out of this one. It's going to be Hank Sauer coming up to pinch hit for him. Close to wanting to put Dixie Howell in this game, but we're going to need to save him in case something happens to the catcher. There's a ball to Sauer, and another ball to him, 2-0. And misses again, 3-0 the count. There's a strike in the outside corner, it's 3-1. There's another breaking ball for a strike, full count now on Sauer. Swing and a miss, and down he goes, and that does it. We go now to the top of the 8th, and it's going to be Jess Dobrnick coming into this ball game to pitch for the Reds. And I tell you, for the Reds, it's kind of desperation hour here. 6-0, the Giants with the lead. Here's Bill Rigney to lead this off. There's a ball to him. 14.73 is Dobrnick's ERA. 2-0 the count at Rigney. He's only pitched 3 2/3. 3-0 now the count at Rigney. And there's a strike. 3-1. And there's ball 4 that was high. That's the 6th man that Dobrnick has walked in those 3 2/3 innings. He's also given up 8 hits to go along with that, so that ERA may not be a fluke. Ray Miller now, ground ball over to first base. Kluszewski throws the Stalkup for 1. The return throw is not in time. So there you get 1 out of it, and here comes Buddy Kerr. Kerr takes a ball inside, 1-0. And there's another one down the pipe, 1-1. That's a ball, 2-1. And he swung and missed at that, 2-2 now the count. It's fouled away, still 2-2. Hit to right center field. The center fielder, Merriman, makes that catch for the out, and there's 2 away, and here comes Monty Kennedy. He takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. There's a ball high to him, 1-1. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. That's foul back to the left, out of play, 1-2, and there's a strike at the knees. And so Dobrnick gets the strikeout, and we go now to the bottom of the 8th inning. Remains a 6-0 lead for the Giants. Here comes Ted Kluszewski. There was a swing and a miss by Ted, and another strike, 0-2. He's 0 for 3 today, swing and a miss, and he's now 0 for 4. 6th strikeout for Kennedy. I think this is his best game in terms of numbers of strikeouts. Litweiler now takes a strike and then a ball low. You can go back and look. I think we've done every Giants game here on the channel. 2-1, and there's a ball high, 3-1 on Danny. And there's a walk, and that's only the second one that Kennedy is allowed to walk, and that'll bring up Walker Cooper. And so he can do it. He loves hitting against lefties. He takes a strike from his former teammate. There's a ball outside, 1-1. Ball 2 just misses. And there's a strike, 2-2. Fastball called, the ball somehow that missed. Full count on Cooper. Fouled away. Fouled off again. Still a full count. Ground ball left side, Kerr over to Rigney for 1, but Cooper just is able to beat that one out at first. 2 away, and here comes Johnny Wirostek. Hitless today, and he takes a ball high, and then another ball off the outside corner, 2-0. Cooper has no speed. Fouled away, 2-1. There's another breaking ball that misses, 3-1. That's off the outside edge, so Kennedy has walked his 3rd, and he's starting to really feel it in terms of numbers of pitches. He's thrown 117. That'll bring up Jimmy Bloodworth with 2 outs. Takes a ball outside, 1-0. There's a fastball inside, 2-0. There's the strike, 2-1. It's a left center field. That'll be between Lockman and Thompson. That's going to score at least 1. Here comes Wirostek around to score, and he scores as well, and Bloodworth has a double and drives in 2. It's a 6-2 lead now for the Giants. That'll bring up Grady Hatton, and they're going to stick with Kennedy. There's a strike in there to Hatton right off the bat, and then a ball low. Ground ball over third, past Gordon, fair ball, and that'll rattle in the corner, and Hatton has another double, and that makes this a 6-3 game. Here comes Merriman. There's a strike to Lloyd. He's 0 for 2. And a fastball on the outside edge for another strike, and there's a ball high, 1-2. Grounder up through the box for a base hit. Around comes Hatton trying to score. Merriman will go to second. There's a play at the plate, and Hatton is there standing up, and that makes this a 6-4 ball game. So my, how things have turned around. That brings a Virgil Stahl Cup, and that is the end of Kennedy. It'll be Hank Berman coming into this game for the Giants. Berman with a 3.52 ERA, 15 1/3 pitched, and he's 0-1 is his record with 2 saves. Swing and a miss by Stahl Cup, and that's line fouled on the third base line, 0-2. There's strike 3 called, and down he goes. And so we go now to the top of the 9th inning. Reds came up with 4 there in the bottom of the 8th. It's a 6-4 lead for the Giants, and here comes Whitey Lockman, who takes a ball high. There's another one high, 2-0. Now we just have to hope that Dobrnik doesn't walk the whole stadium. There's a foul ball. This is hit over to right center field. Littweiler, however, is on his horse and goes and gets that for the out, 1 away. Here comes Willard Marshall. He takes a ball outside and then bounces one off the mound. Stahl Cup, the shortstop, fields that and throws to first, 2 away. Here now is Sid Gordon. And Gordon takes a strike, 0-1. Ball off the plate, 1-1. That's hit straight over to right field. Littweiler has that for the out. And that takes us now to the bottom of the 9th inning. So the Reds only down by 2 now. This is why we were saving Howell. He's going to come in as the pinch hitter. Here comes Dixie Howell. He takes a ball high, hitting 250. It's a 2-0 count on him, as belted into the right field gap, and that gets down there, and that's going to be a triple there for Howell. He gets all the way over to third, which is impressive for a catcher. Howell with good speed, and that'll bring up Ted Kluszewski. Now remember, that run doesn't mean much when you're down by 2 instead of 1. Ted takes a ball inside, hits a ground ball over toward shortstop. Kerr fields it and throws over to first for the out. Howell had to stay at third, so there's 1 away. Here now, Danny Littweiler, and he takes the strike, 0-1. There's a swing and a miss and a ball down and away. It's 0-2. That takes the bunt away. And there's a ball outside, 1-2 the count. There's ball 2 to Littweiler, 2-2. It's a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for Littweiler, and so Danny gets it done. And that means that this rally continues here for the Reds, and this has been pretty impressive for the last inning and a half or so. So the Reds have really been coming around with this, and it's been pretty unexpected too. This Reds team doesn't do a lot of this sort of come from behind rallying stuff, and look at who's up. Walker Cooper, who's 0 for 4 today, but did score a run. He reached a board once in a fielder's choice, and he could win this ball game. Cooper, with 11 home runs this season, takes the ball away, 1-0. And that's high and inside, 2-0 on Walker. There's a strike, 2-1. Ball inside, 3-1. And there's a strike. It's a full count now on Cooper. Foul the way, still full. And that's a fly ball over to center field, and Thompson is there, and he makes the catch for the second out. I tell you, this one couldn't be any more dramatic than that. So Walker Cooper ends up trying to hit out a ball that was inside. It would have been ball 4, and instead he hits a little lazy fly ball over there to Thompson in center field, and that's the second out. And up comes Wirostek, Johnny Wirostek, who's hitting 270. He's driven in 21, hoping to get another one here, but that runner's on at first. There's a ball low, almost gets away, but Miller's on top of it. 1-0 the count. Low again, 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1. Ground ball to short. Kerr throws over to first, and not in time, and Wirostek is safe at first with the infield hit. So it's another turn of the screws, and now the potential tying run is on in scoring position. Wirostek, with his speed, just able to beat that one out, and there will be a new pitcher here for the Giants. Andy Hansen comes in, and he has a 5.56 ERA with a 2-0 record, 11 1/3 pitched, and he's pitching to Jimmy Bloodworth. You think he's probably one out righty guy here, given his .204 average against righties. He's, however, a little bit more generous against lefties. Here comes Bloodworth. He's 3 for 4, and he takes the ball inside and then grounds this one up the middle. Kerr fields it and flips over to Rigney for the out, and that's the way that this one ends. And so the Giants win this game. They win again, 6-5 the final score, but Cincinnati made it close. 12 hits for the Reds against 11 for the Giants, but the runs column is what matters. 6-5 the final score. Hope you enjoyed this one. This one had all sorts of drama in it, and I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.